All right, we live. Peace. Welcome, Campaign Show Live, Saturday night, February 15th. We're at the middle of the month. We done made it to the middle of the month, middle of February already. Wow. Wow. What day did Trump get in office? It wasn't the 6th. Was it January 6th? Or was it January 20th? I don't know. Anyway, man, all the stuff the dude been saying, and everybody been saying that don't hold your breath. He ain't gonna do nothing. He ain't gonna do nothing. Man, yeah, y'all sure y'all want to stick to that story? Because my man ain't stopped signing executive orders, and he done ran out of ink in his pen down here. Trump, man, Trump, everything from Trump to RFK Jr. to Elon Musk to Kanye West to USAID to DEI to IRS to FBI. My man been going in within 1 month. He didn't did more. He didn't kept more of his promises than both presidents before him did in both of their terms combined. So, not saying that he loves us. I'm just saying he's sticking to his word. Whatever his issues was, whatever he said he was gonna do, look like he doing. Man, it's kind of rough. It's kind of rough on the opposition. But you know, for those that was just over there with me on my campaign chat, my West Coast Cam channel, you know what we gonna get into tonight. We're gonna get into them details even deeper. And it's gonna be rough. Salute Randall Robinson, Big AO, salute. I gave y'all a wrench, those that showed up over on my channel. So once I go back on, you'll see it. King Z, Dave Lartigue, Hub and the Dub, Ahmad Jabril. Yeah, buddy. K Solo, salute. Happy Savior's Day. Wa alaikum salam. And man, let's get into this, shall we? Let's get into this.
Listen.
This is something that I played on my other channel just an hour or so ago. Let me see. How do I do this without? Man, I guess this one ain't set up like that. Anywho, fair use. This is a sister that represents the sentiment of a lot of sisters that's going to be trying to say this. I'm just gonna play it, and then we're gonna react to it when I play it twice. So nice, you gotta play it twice. Let's listen, shall we?
All right, y'all. Listen, let me be one of the first black women that was a part of the 92 or the 93% that voted for Kamala to come out and just say it. I regret voting for Kamala. I really do. I regret voting for her.
This is it, Elizabeth.
Already into Trump's presidency, not even a full month, and this man has already secured borders. He's already signing bills that are taking place that are uplifting this country. Me not doing my history and really, being investigative and seeing all the things that Trump has done, and now having an eye opener and really looking at this man and seeing exactly how this man works has really put something on my heart. And I don't know what I was thinking going in there voting for Kamala in the first place. I'm glad of the results. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad that Trump is in there. But me being so lost and participating into the whole Kamala run, and now taking a step back, looking at how this president here is really running things, and it hasn't even been a whole month, is something that I do think about. So, I advise people that are in the Democratic Party, myself, to do your research. Really do your research, okay? Because I can definitely say that as a black woman, a part of the 93%, I made an error. I can admit that. I can take accountability and admit that.
Oh, can you now? Salute to the sister, fair use. I don't know what her name is. I'm gonna try to find her name and her channel so I give her the credit for this, but fair use. However, the finesse is real. The finesse is real. In the old days, you know, me growing up, we used to call it a day late and a dollar short. And I don't know uh what little R&B singer that's saying it's too late to apologize. It's too late. Is that like a little white boy singer? Is that like Justin Timberlake or one of them mugs? Too late to apologize. You could probably try to get that over on us black men because you know we got a natural affinity and love or whatever for you, and we weak for you or whatever. But the slave masters ain't trying to hear. Trump ain't trying to hear none of that. Trump has already fully put y'all in his crosshairs, target sites, and that's going to force you to have to try to come running back to your brothers, to your black men that you already threw under the bus, so you can side with Kamala and Biden and all them characters, Fauci and all of them. It's not looking good at all. It's not looking good for you at all. It's like the Bible, the 5 foolish virgins and the 5 wise ones. This is the foolishness right here. This is the finesse. I'm gonna play this again for those of us that didn't see what I was on my page earlier. This sounds good. This sounds all good, but it's one critical ingredient missing in this video that she put together. Maybe it was clipped, maybe I only got a piece of it, but the most important ingredient that's missing, yeah, it sounds good to say I was wrong and I take accountability for that. What I didn't hear is a capital A apology. Didn't hear no apology to the black men and the black people and the black males that tried to warn you and warn y'all and had the receipts and the proof and the evidence and the data and the love and all of that. No, you was just too big and bad and boss and independent and light-skinned or ski-wee Kamala Harris educated sister girl HBCU sorority out the game that you wasn't trying to hear from us. Now you on the hot seat. Now you on the target. You in the crosshairs of the beast himself, and he's in power. And you see the backdrop. Let me blow this up because y'all seen it before. See this backdrop right here. All that I was wrong, and I take accountability. You can try to run that on us, but you can't even successfully run it on us. You're a black man because we ain't heard the word I'm sorry. We ain't heard the word I apologize. We ain't heard the word what can I do to make it up to you. We ain't heard them words. We ain't heard them words. So it ain't working on us, and it definitely ain't working on Trump. Let's play that again.
All right, y'all. Listen, let me be one of the first black women that was a part of the 92 or the 93% that voted for Kamala to come out and just say it. I regret voting for Kamala. I really do. I regret voting for her. Already into Trump's presidency, not even a full month, and this man has already secured borders.
I regret. No, you regret taking that L. You regret that your person didn't win, so now you don't have a power position. You bet wrong, right? You bet wrong. So now you have to try to come out there and say that, and ain't nobody falling for it. I'm afraid, you know, it takes actual atonement, it takes actual restitution. You have to first say the correct words, which you're not saying. We already knew you was wrong. We was telling you was wrong before you was voting. We was telling you was wrong when you was promoting Biden and Harris, who've been destroying our people for the last 4 or 5 decades. But you wouldn't listen to that. So now you listening to this L that you got to hold, and you listening to all of these day by day crackdowns that the man that you said was a racist and it was an orange man and he was the worst than Hitler. And now y'all know y'all was on tape. AI, you know, what's this, Elon Musk and that AI, they got all the receipts. So all y'all on videos and whatever y'all had to say and bragging and sister girl power, sister girl magic, twerk, Megan Thee Stallion, twerk magic, whatever against him. He's not trying to hear that, and we not either.
He's already signing bills that are taking place that are uplifting this country. Me not doing my history and really, being investigative and seeing all the things.
You mean like you be doing with your baby daddies and your black boyfriends? Yeah, you should have been investigative. Should have been investigative like that.
That Trump has done, and now having the eye opener and really looking at this man and seeing exactly how this man works has really put something on my heart. And
something on your heart? Yeah, fear. Shit. That's what it put on your heart. Fear, because you know he coming for you now. Yeah, something on your heart. It should have been something on your brain, though. That's the problem. You talking about feelings. Yeah, I'm put something on my heart, on your heart. What do you use your brain for? Because when people is giving you actual receipts and data and proof and receipts and, evidence, like that don't matter. That ain't with the Lord or whatever ain't put it on my heart. My sister girl energy, black magic, manifestation mantra, the sipping paint sisterhood. We don't feel that. We don't feel that. Oh, okay. You feeling something now though. You feeling fear. You feeling, the wrath coming your way.
And I don't know what I was thinking.
You wasn't
going in there voting for Kamala in the first place. I'm glad of the results. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad that Trump is in there. But
wait a minute. Wait, you glad? Wait a minute. How was you glad when your person lost? See the finesse? They got to hurry up and jump on the side that's in power. They got to hurry up and switch and jump on whoever got the bag, whoever got the arms or the power or the army or the military. That's just cold finesse right there. That's cold finesse right there.
But me being so lost and participating.
Oh, now you so lost. How do we know that you're so lost? Like you just woke up in a couple of weeks? You've been so lost now all of a sudden because he got the W and you holding the L. Now you realize that you lost? Are we supposed to believe that you recognize that you so lost? How lost were you? We can tell how lost you are by how you omit apology to your black men in this video. That proves how lost you still are.
Participating into the whole Kamala run and now taking a step back, looking at how this president here is really running things, and it hasn't even been a whole month, is something that I do think about. So, I advise people that are in the Democratic Party, myself, to do your research. Really do your research, okay? Because I can definitely say that as a black woman, a part of the 93%, I made an error. I can admit that. I can take accountability and admit that.
That ain't what taking accountability is. I'm sorry. I apologize. Please forgive me. What can I do to make it up to you? How can I make this right, black man? That's accountability. What you're saying right now is just theater. I'm not sure what to believe. It's that you say, I think that this is to be a time of ready forgiveness and redemption. I don't know for who. I'm just very grateful to hear this change of heart. She is one of the sheep that are saved. Really? That sounds like Jesus Christian language. Well, according to the Bible, it say in that day, many people would come up to Jesus saying, Lord, Lord, didn't I cast out demons in your name? Didn't I do great wondrous works in your name and all that in your name? Lord, Lord, I recognize you, Lord. And what did the Lord say? You're saved? Hell no. He said, get away from me, you finesser. Get away from me, you worker of iniquity. I know you not. I know that you rejected me. That finesse junk don't work. Not for sure. Not sure what to believe. I'm sure what to believe. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure what to believe.
All right, y'all. Listen, let me be one of the first black women that was a part of the 92 or the 93% that voted for Kamala to come.
Let me play this just to reinforce what she's saying. So you heard what she's saying, and this is why she's saying it.
First executive order, it prohibits federal funding for COVID-19 mandates, vaccine mandates in schools.
Okay, and that will meaning they want to clear that up,
Yep.
the discrepancy.
So any schools that require students to be vaccinated with COVID-19 shot, then there's no more federal funding. So.
Okay.
Yeah, she was stuttering. She's scared. She's the only woman in the room, even though they all white. She's scared. She's stuttering and stumbling over explaining what that really means. Why is that? Even though them all white people and it's all males and only one female, what he's signing and what they're talking about right now is benefiting us black people, even though he's not doing it for black people, more than all of the prior administration did put together. They the ones that forced the, you see right there on the bottom, them two bottom Satans, the mandators, President Safe and Dr. Effective. Remember Safe and Effective? Yeah, you remember what happened to our loved ones because of that? But she right there, even though she's on, look like she on his team, she's stuttering. She's scared to even say what he just signed. Let's listen to that again.
So this first executive order, it prohibits federal funding for COVID-19 mandates, vaccine mandates in schools.
Okay, and that will meaning they want to.
Yeah, and he's like, okay. I mean, he knows what it means, but he getting her to say it. Okay, and that means what? Spell it out, man. Spell it out.
Well, meaning they want to clear that up,
Yep.
the discrepancy.
So any schools that require students to be vaccinated with COVID-19 shot, then there's no more federal funding. So.
Okay.
Oh my God, I love this. There's no more federal funding. In other words, we're cutting the funding from any institution, educational institution that's forcing that.
That solves that problem.
That solves that problem with the stroke of a pen. Okay, that's that. Man, you gotta love this gangster. This is gangster.
Okay, that solves that problem.
Sir, will the Department of Education have to handle that?
Yes, it'll go through the Department of Education. Okay? Thanks.
Let's listen to this last point.
Can I make one comment, Mr. President?
Yes, please.
As a father of 9, thank you. We should have parental freedom to decide what vaccines our kids take, as opposed to school systems and governors forcing upon the people that love these kids the most, which is the parents. So thank you for citing that.
Great, thank you very much. People wanted that very badly.
People wanted that very badly. He said, as a father of 9, 9 children, the parents are supposed to decide what gets forced into their child's body, not the government, not these two Satans right here that that you voted for and tried to re-vote for. Not just the Fire Marshal Bill Pasty dude, but his little underling Kamala Harris pushing the exact same thing. And then you see that Biden coming out with his sword. The pen is mightier than the sword. He cutting for you next. Matter of fact, let me pull some of these things up right quick. Y'all seen this, right? Y'all seen my little, let me get this. So that's why
Listen, let me
that's
be.
why they hopping on with these I was wrong and all of that, because if you see him whipping out the sword, slaying his own people, you know you don't stand a chance. You know, brother Cam and all the brothers, and you know, try to warn y'all tough ass sisters for the last 5, 6, 8 years, 9 years. Warning, 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 warning. You misogynistic. You just a this and you just a that. And now everybody embracing Trump. Everybody saying I was wrong. No, you ain't saying you was wrong to your black men. You ain't saying you was wrong to the people that you were supposed to be apologizing to. We ain't falling for it and they ain't falling for it. It take more than words. Sorry, not sorry. You know what I'm saying? You threw us in the trash. You wouldn't give your own baby daddies a second chance, and you ran and rallied to give Biden a second chance. And he told you, I'll be damned if I feel responsible for dealing with some reparations. I'm gonna give reparations to Kamala Harris' husband, people, and she gonna say the same thing. Y'all still pushed her over us. Now you want to make videos like this. Ain't gonna work, man. It's sad, man. It's sad. The finesse is so sad. It's so weak. The finesse is so weak. But let's play it again. Based on what we heard Trump say, and what that wasn't even half the list of slashing sword fight slashing that Trump is doing to his own people, white people in government, Democrats and some Republicans. You know, you don't stand a chance if you was the big, tough, big, bad attack dogs. If you was these type of females, oh, you know what's coming for you. You see what he doing to his own people. If you was these type of high profile and jump out front off the porch against him, you know what's coming for you. Matter of fact, let me remind you.
Some of the people that were most loyal to me are people that I didn't think would be. Some of the people that were least loyal to me are people that I think I would have treated them differently. I think I would have treated different groups differently. I would have wiped the floor with the guys that weren't loyal, which I will now do, which is great. You know, I love getting even with people, but I will.
Slow up. You love getting even.
Oh, absolutely.
I love getting with what? Slow up. You love getting even with people? Absolutely. This when he was young and they didn't try to take his life and take his money and take his freedom and impeach him and assassinate his character. This is before black women got together and did all of that. This was his his position way back in 1992. 1992. Big Michael S. Thank you for the cash app, Mike. Said cocaine sent me. I'm gonna read it. Man, thank you, Big Mike, for the cash app over here, keeping the lights on. Hotel 7, Motel 7. But let's listen. Let's keep listening to this.
Which is great. You know, I love getting even with people, but I will.
Slow up. You love getting even.
Oh, absolutely.
But tell me, I mean, you're going to get even with some people.
Yeah, I know. If given the opportunity, I will get even with some people that were disloyal to me. I mean, I had a group of people that were disloyal.
But how do you define disloyalty?
They didn't come to my aid.
Well, what did they do? They turned their back on you?
No, but they didn't do small things that would have helped. You see, I'm so loyal to people. Maybe I'm loyal to a fault, but I'm so loyal to people that when somebody's slightly disloyal to me, I look upon it as a great act of horror.
Listen, let me be one of the first black women that was a part of the 92 or the 93%.
Let me apologize, Trump. Let me get my Snoop Dogg on. You ain't did nothing wrong to me. You know what I'm saying?
Voted for Kamala to come out and just say it. I regret voting for Kamala. I really do. I regret voting.
You regret that she lost. Stop lying. You regret that Kamala lost. And now you got to hold this L publicly. That's all you regret.
For her, already into Trump's presidency, not even a full month, and this man has already secured borders. He's already signing bills that are taking place that are uplifting this country. Me not doing my history and really, you know, being investigative.
You, like I said, you quick to investigate and do your history on your brothers. and say that they ain't ish. You know how to do that. But your brothers, your black people, your conscious people was doing the investigation. We was doing the due diligence. We had the receipts. We was providing you with everything. So that wasn't enough. Don't act like you needed some investigation. No, you had your mind set already. I don't care what you talking about. You racist or you sexist or you this and that. So not only did you reject the information and the knowledge and the receipts and the data, you falsely accused us of being evil and racist and misogynistic and sexist, and we was the problem. No, we ain't forgot. We like Republican. We like the elephant. We ain't forgetting.
And seeing all the things that Trump has done, and now having an eye opener and really looking at this man and seeing exactly how this man works has really put
you see how he
something on my heart. And
he really put something on my heart seeing how he works, seeing how he's slashing and destroying and attacking his own people like y'all said he wasn't gonna do. Oh, don't hold your breath. He gonna be just like everybody else. No, it ain't even been a month. And y'all shaking in y'all boots because he not like everybody else. He getting busy. He's sliding and riding exactly like he said he was going to do against his own people. So you know what's coming for you. I had some other little stuff that I put up, where he already enacted, I think in the first week, he enacted the death penalty for treason, for members of the government, for people in the government that did treasonous stuff, that used the government to attack their political opponents. That's for y'all. He talking about the firing squad. He talking about the death penalty for treason, for people that work for the government that used it in the wrong way, meaning against him. This is going to be all bad. Thank you, AO. Big AO, salute. God Squad, God Mod. You know you're God Mod Wrench VIP, so thank you, big AO.
I don't know what I was thinking going in there voting for Kamala in the first place. I'm glad of the results. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad that I'm saying that I'm glad that Trump is in there. But me being so lost and participating into the whole Kamala run, and now taking a step back, looking at how this president here is really running things, and it hasn't even been a whole month.
No, I can't even really listen to too much of that, because if you really was remorseful, you're kind of like apologizing to Trump, just like the rest of these political 304s. You're not apologizing at all, but you especially not apologizing to your men, to your brothers, to your natural authority and the people that did do the research, that did do the due diligence, that did have the receipts and the data for you. No, all this mumbo jumbo just gets you in deeper trouble with us, because you hear no apology whatsoever. That's the kryptonite. You know what I'm saying? No apology, no forgiveness. We won't even entertain it. Won't even entertain it.
Is something that I do think about. So, I advise people that are in the Democratic Party, myself, to do your research. Really do your research, okay? Because I can definitely say that as a black woman, a part of the 93%, I made an error. I can admit that. I can take accountability and admit that.
So yeah, I just got the clip off the internet. I'm gonna find out who that is. Shouts out to her. You get half a clap, almost a clap. You know what I'm saying? But I don't believe it. I believe that's finesse. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if you got a black husband. I don't know. Because that got a lot to do with it. That has a lot to do with it. But you're gonna see all kind of black women and black men, like I said, with Snoop and people just changing their tune. Yeah, I was tripping. Well, what about us then? What do you owe us that said that it was going to be just like this? That had the receipts, that was showing you that he didn't do none of the bigoted, racist, Hitler monster stuff that y'all was accusing him of doing. But now he's justified in doing it. Like, I expect him to do it. I would do it. I'm not the president. I'm not a politician, but me, the way I think and my vindictiveness or whatever, when somebody tried to destroy me, I'm coming back and I'm getting busy. I'm gonna be all the things that you said I was. I'm gonna be that. You know what I'm saying? Your mama used to say, "Stop crying. I'm gonna give you something to cry about." I'm gonna give you something to cry about, because you already gave me something to cry about without no justification. You already tried to string me up, you know, and politically assassinate and physically and whatever with no justification. So what do I owe you? What do I owe you? I don't owe you forgiveness. I don't owe you being cool. I'm a ball. I'm talking about the Godfather, the Trump, Donald Trump, Teflon Don. He gonna play his hand real mafioso boss like. August Knight said they'd rather pop a balloon than apologize. Well, they somebody popping your bubble, somebody popping their bubble right now. That's the dang sure. Elmatic, salute. What up, Elmatic? It's a cold game, Madon. A cold game, man. Somebody got to play it. Let me find some more of this that's going on. I think they firing 1,500, laying off 1,500 employees. Had something up here about Kanye. Let me see if I can find this. Oh, this is this. It's another one with this is another one of his. Let me get this off. Elon Musk. We see what he been doing on the Doge side of the game. Now Elon Musk is investigating federal workers, the feds, people that work for the federal government, the feds, FBI, and the federal workers. It's under a big investigation now, all of them. Workers who have a high net worth despite having low salary. You know what I'm saying? Same way the feds used to do us. You know, how you able to afford this kind of car? How you got a Ferrari or a Range Rover or whatever? And you know, you work at Walmart. We know your salary. How you getting all this money? All that extra spending, all of that skimming off the top, all that USAID, you know what I'm saying? Just transferring money, just using all them little programs to funnel money back into your own pockets, stealing from the government. The cold thing is that was the game. Everybody did it until y'all tried to stick it on Trump. Y'all tried to stick Trump and make him look like he was the one that was tripping because he only paid, $700 in taxes. And he told you, well, I didn't make the tax laws. I didn't make the tax code. How you going to get mad at me because I got the top lawyers that knows all of the loopholes and the clauses and how to escape this and how not to do that? How am I the villain because I know how to use the laws that y'all set up in place so y'all won't have to pay taxes like I don't? But since you try to make me the fall guy and blast me out and all them small cap rainbow powers and influencers and lobbyists in the United States government, y'all try to come against me, he blowing the spot up. He draining the swamp, meaning blowing the spot up. I'm coming for all y'all. And y'all try to whack me. Y'all try to whack me a couple of times before I even got in office. Yeah, and y'all gonna be talking about, oh man, it's just Coke and Pepsi, man. They all on the same team, same, that's just theater. Like, yeah, all right. Why is both of my, this page and my personal page would have been taken down by now? That's why I told you I was gonna wait until the 20th or whenever he was in office before I start posting certain subject matter and talking about certain subject matter, because I was doing my own experimentation. So my little RPMs and my little, the little revenue on on YouTube and all that is higher than it ever been. Just this since Trump being in office. Me talking the stuff that I'm talking. When the previous administration, I was banned, just like Trump was. Trump was banned, a sitting president. He was just leaving office, but he was still the president. Social media, or the powers that run this country, got him censored and banned off social media. So what you thought he was going to do when he got back? Yeah, that's why you saying I was tripping. I was apologizing. I mean, I ain't apologized, but it's something on my heart. You know what I'm saying? I made an error. Yeah, that's because you see the Lord of this nation, this wicked country coming back. Trump is the Jesus of America. He's not the Jesus of, righteousness in the world. He's the Jesus of America, though. So those that you thought you crucified, you thought you got rid of him, you pierced his flesh, you tried all you could to get rid of him. And there you see him returning to the seat of power, returning to the president. Yeah, you're going to weep and wail and finesse and cry and fake apologize. You're not apologizing to your black men. You're trying to get on live and apologize to Trump. That's what you're trying to do. You ain't said nothing cool and soft and loving and remorseful and regretful and none of that repentant and atoning to your black men. You ain't said nothing for that. For us, you said that for Trump. So he ain't buying it, and we ain't buying it. That's cold. You got to break it all the way down, like old man Otis. Break it down to the ground. Today, boy. Today, girl. That shit ain't working. But it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse. Let me put this link in the chat. If anybody that disagrees with Brother Cam, this Saturday, Campaign Live. You know how we do it. We talking Trump, Elon, we talking RFK Jr., we talking Kanye, Kendrick, Drake, because all of that's connected out also. The beef, the drama that's going on with Drake and Kendrick, Super Bowl drama with Kendrick performing some revolutionary stuff while half the country talking about it was whack because it wasn't entertaining. Yeah, because it's wartime. It was entertaining. It was absolutely entertaining. If you're a real warrior, you love the fact that you're making the oppressors uncomfortable and the oppressors' minions uncomfortable. It don't get no more entertaining than that. If you're a real one, that's why he said they not like us. You not like us. You voters for Kamala, you voters for Biden, you voters, period. You not like us. Nuh-uh. You not like us. What up, Malika? Antonio, peace, brother. Fam, is there only going to be two genders? Brother, I guess you meant Cam. My favorite is there's only going to be two genders, male and female. Right. There's only always been two genders. So he just banging it back. He just banging it back in place. Yeah. Well, they was pushing the whole Skittles rainbow mafia stuff that they was pushing. I had that on there earlier. This right here. The U.S. Army will no longer allow transmission fluid, transmission gender fluid individuals to join the military. Yeah, he ain't playing that. Look at the difference. Look at the difference. Would you see me hugging and shaking that he-she thing on the left? No. I had no problem with my man right there because that's manhood business. That's something, even if you arch your enemies, you both can agree on that. I agree on staying in shape. Dude down there 70 years old or something like that. How old is dude? Even if he on steroids, which I don't know if he is or not, but if his whole mentality and his whole program is to be in good natural gender shape, would I care if he white? What I care? Oh, he's racist. I don't care. Everybody racist. You know what I'm saying? All the products and goods and services you buy is probably racist. Do you know the person that the paramedics or the doctors that work on it, do you know how they really feel about black people or Asian people or brown people? No, you don't care because I'm not here for that. I'm not there for that. If you saying take poison and yellow number 4 and all that stuff out and lay it out of children's cereal and out of all of American food, I don't care if you racist. I agree with you. Shit. I don't care if you a bigot. I agree with you. What's y'all problem? Y'all would rather vote for these people. Y'all rather vote for these people. So I'm not with you, and neither is the Lord. Neither is the laws of nature. Antonio, where's Antonio? Brother Cam, a lot of whistleblowers coming out, but still no mention I don't know what you mean by that. A lot of whistleblowers of who? Who's whistleblowers? Yeah, I don't know what you mean. So you got 3 minutes, Antonio Torado. You got 3 minutes. Oh, you talking about UFOs? Oh, okay, my bad. Yeah, that didn't sound right. Yeah, they're not gonna mention that because that's above top secret. The connection, the real reality of who built and who's controlling the so-called UFOs and what they are. they know that it's Master Fard Muhammad and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. So they'll never say that. They can never say that. They doing exactly what the black women is doing right now. They just acting like, they really got to change her heart or whatever she just said. When they know good and damn well who it is, it's the black man that you owe that acknowledgement to. So they know that it's Elijah Muhammad and Master Fard Muhammad that's behind them wheels, but they're not gonna ever say that. So that's why they get no love, no pass. Let me get this off of here. You should have Ross Coulthart. They look like they want to say, who is Ross Coulthart, Antonio? If you can't put his link in the chat or something, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, anybody, if they white and they got an audience, I would love to interview him. Starworth 1, Robert Kennedy Jr., born 1954, 64. Yeah, he's 60 something, 54. He down at 70, right? Or damn, what's that? 2025 minus 1954. Somebody do that math for me right quick. 1954, 2025 minus 1954 equals 71. Dang, dude, 71. Star Wars, yeah. So let me go back to that. So I'm racist, right? I'm a sellout. I'm a sellout and racist because I respect that. Where's the other one? Let me see. That ain't even a real picture. I'm a racist and a sellout because I respect that, because I'll take a picture with that. But let me show you something real quick. Let me show y'all something. And I want y'all to. That ain't right. And this ain't no diss, but I just have to do this. It ain't no diss, but I just love putting up receipts. That compared to that. What's y'all thoughts on that? You know what I'm saying? Look at my picture. That's my picture. And that's that picture. We not the same. He not like us. That's not like me. You know what I'm saying? What justifies this picture? What in the world would justify this picture? I can tell you what justifies that picture. You know what I'm saying? I can tell you I can show you who's hugging on who, you know what I'm saying, versus arm in arm, you know what I'm saying? Oh Lord. Lord have mercy on us. But I pull out receipts. That's all. I just be pulling out receipts. That's all. My receipts mean something. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna take a picture with any dev, any KV, it's gonna have meaning. It's gonna have righteous meaning behind it. Just saying. Can I throw up my W? So, hey man, am I wrong for that? Am I wrong for that? Let me put that up. There's the comparison right there. That's basically what that is. That's what that is. That's okay. That's okaying that, right? That's giving an okay. That's condoning that, right? So I'm condoning that. I'm condoning what this dude right here is doing on the bottom with his shirt off. I'm condoning that look for men, for straight men that's 70 years old. That's what I'm condoning, because that reminds me of my Lord and Savior. He was looking like that at 71 or 60 when I first came into the ranks. I was 19, 20. He was 60, 61, Minister Farrakhan. Minister Farrakhan used to look like that before they poisoned him and gave him cancer that he was supposed to only live 3 years after that procedure. The survival rate of the cancer he had and the over radiation of radiated seeds and the stuff that they tried to kill him with, he was supposed to only live 3 years after that. That happened way back in 90 or 2007, I believe. He got diagnosed in 99, 98 or 99 and had that procedure where they tried to take him out. And I believe it's 2007. I want to say 2007. But that's what the minister, that's why he survived. He used to always tell us that, if he wasn't in the shape that he was in, they said, the doctor said he had a heart like a horse. He was in such exquisite shape that's why he stayed alive. Because he was eating better than Robert Kennedy Jr. The dietary law of how to eat to live by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, plus the weights that he was, he used to run track. Y'all can go on YouTube and look at Minister Farrakhan benching 300 and some pounds, repping 300, snatching 400. He was in his 60s. So I don't know if RFK is on steroids or performance enhancement. I know Farrakhan wasn't. He was fasting. He was doing a whole different program. I don't know what program JFK on, but I ain't mad at it. Whatever program JFK is on, it's better than this program. It's better than this program right here. And it's better than this program. Right? So call me what you will. Just don't call me woke, what my man the mayor be saying. Just don't call me too late at night. Yeah. Brother Madan Komet, YouTube analyst, contributor on these YouTube streets. What's up, my brother?
Yo, Cam, salute. Peace.
Salute. Peace to you. What you thinking, bro?
Oh man, I was thinking about the sister, man. That was funny to me, man, to see how she had to change heart, because I remember all the time doing the campaign trail and all that. I heard black women, Ricky Smiley, D.L. Hughley. Oh, that's the problem with black folks. We can't stay on code. We can't get on code, and we see what happened with that.
Right. Talking about code on code. I mean, they was on code and they took an on code L. Now right. What? So with all of the code, now they're gonna say what it was voter fraud. Okay, well that's what Trump said. Trump said voter fraud exists when he lost. So Trump, voter fraud still exists, right? So okay, now what? Why didn't all that unity and black girl magic and wokeism and manifestation powers and saging and all of those astrology shit, all that, whatever sorcery y'all was using, and why that didn't work?
Exactly.
Why y'all back on the on Trump little scrotum now? Cold business, ain't
it? Yeah, it's a cold game, man. Especially when he signed that executive order about the vaccinations and all that. Like that's,
man.
He shattered a lot.
What'd you say?
No, I was just saying he shattered a lot of a lot of those other Fauci supporters. To me that just wiped them right out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
first executive
if there was ever Fauci supporters,
so his first executive order.
My bad. If there was ever Fauci supporters to begin with, they was already trash. If you voted for Biden, you was already trash. If you voted, period, Danny, really. I can understand people that voted for Obama the first time because you thought that was some new thing. I understand that. And I can understand people that voted for Trump now. I can understand people that voted for Trump right now. You know what I'm saying? Because we had 4 years of under him already and seeing what he did and what he didn't do. I wouldn't have voted for Trump the first time because I wouldn't think he was qualified. But after seeing 4 years of whatever he did and, you know, the way he let his little, you know, testicles hang or whatever, then and seeing what he got replaced with by this pasty Fire Marshal Bill and Kamala Harris, then yeah, I would have wanted Trump. I did want Trump. I didn't vote, but I wanted Trump for a different reason. I didn't want Trump because I think that he's going to save America. We know he's not going to save America. He's going to help collapse America, but he's going to do it by going to war with the people that he should be going to war with right now, which is the deep state, which is the shadow government, which is the big brother, which is the small cap community. You know what I'm saying? And he bumping heads apparently with the Pope. You know what I'm saying? So he on straight renegade mission. He on, okay, everybody want to play this new world order and competing for who gonna rule the new world order, one world government. I say it's gonna be me. Everybody going for theirs now. So it's that's all right with me.
Yeah, he definitely coming back for everything they owe. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't blame him either, man. You know, after all they did to that man throughout that whole course of while he was out of the White House, you know, I can't blame Trump for coming back and getting those that was out to delete him. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, he don't got no reason to play ball. No, I mean, you know, to worry about what we going through no more. That all that political stuff out the window, that politically correct stuff. He already wasn't politically correct. He wasn't presidential. He wasn't a politician, and he even less of it now. He a gangster now. He got every right because they drew first blood on him with some gangster stuff. They used all their political laws and the political process. You know, like he said, to attack they used the federal government to attack a political opponent, which was him, to try to get him locked up, try to get him impeached, try to get him sued for billions, try to get him up out of here for real. Like, you know, because the Secret Service people, you know, everybody know that that was a breach. That was like, okay, that's some inside job. Okay, the dude, whoever grazed his ear, it was allegedly two you know, I don't want to say the word, two stick positions. The one little young dude on the roof wasn't the real stick. It was another stick that, you know, he knew all about. I mean, he found out about. So he immediately changed his security. You know what I'm saying? And then he pulled the security off of Fauci and pulled the security off of whoever else in the government that he wasn't liking. And they on their own. Yeah. Antonio said, I heard Elon Musk's father, like the German space person that said the person to introduce us to the Martian people shall be named Elon. It was on Joe Rogan. Yeah, I don't know. I ain't heard that one. But I think Elon means what does Elon mean? Something in something. Somebody told me a while back that Elon, the meaning of Elon is something. But yeah. King Z, Pope is in the hospital. I know that he was in the hospital. Allegedly, he had pneumonia. But we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. I don't really believe direct reports of anything regarding the Pope or coming out of the Vatican. That's the number one deceiver, arch deceiver. That's the number one fake news. Any report that you hear about the Pope, that's even worse than believing Jeff Epstein hung himself. You know what I'm saying? I personally believe Jeff Epstein is still alive with just a different identity and different face or surgery or something like that. So it's even more likely to me that, you know, if you're hearing some kind of report like the Pope is sick or whatever, that means he's preparing his $1 trillion bunker. He's just preparing to get out the way. Either way, it's not like good, like he's in good condition. They scattering, they panicking and scattering. You know what I'm saying? They preparing for what they see coming. So he could be in the hospital. He already, it's nowhere for him to hide. So if the guy want to whoop on him, you know what I'm saying, and afflict him and seize him with distress and affliction, he could do it from anywhere. But yeah, the report said that he was in the hospital for bronchitis or pneumonia or something like that. Bronchitis, something like that. But we'll see. We'll see. Because we definitely looking.
Yeah, that's real, man. And go ahead. Somebody got a question.
Calvin Dickerson say, Cam, can Trump continue to deplete the government, and can this backfire on him? Yeah, that's what it's going to do. It's not just him. Like Trump was ordained. Trump was selected before he was even born. This is divine prophecy. This is a divine history that's playing out. Trump is the final president. Trump is the pharaoh, and we are the descendants of slaves. We are the people that the Bible talk about. All of this is going to backfire. You know what I mean? All of it is going to backfire because you can't establish a country or a nation or whatever on slavery and suffering and human trafficking, all the stuff that they did to us and to the native indigenous people, and not backfire. You gotta pay the price for that, and it's pay time, it's check time, it's waiter check time. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we see happening right now. So the earth itself is going to cast the burden of devils off of itself. The weather is going to rebel. The animals is going to rebel. The people is absolutely going to rebel, and their own people are going to rebel against each other. So everything is in rebellion. Everything is casting off its burden. So yeah, it's absolutely going to backfire on him, but the backfiring on him is to our benefit. You know, their going down is our coming up. You can't have both of us up, and you can't have both of us down. The people of God, if they down, they can only, the people of the devil can only be up if the people of God is down, and vice versa. So the people of God can only come up if God takes the people of the devil down. So do you want to go up? You ready to go up? You think they got to come with you? Then you're not qualified. We're not going to be together. We're not going to be up together. You either separate and say, okay, I'm willing, I'm ready to go up without them. Or if you say, no, we should all be together, then you going down with them. So yeah, it's going to backfire. This whole world is backfiring now.
Yeah, man. A lot of people, they just want to hold on. They want to hold on to Pharaoh, and it's sad they want some of them to take Pharaoh with us. That is okay.
Who is that? Orlando's? Prove it. Prove what? You got to hop on the live with me. I prove whatever. If you show your face, I prove whatever. Prove to me that you're a real person, and I prove to you whatever you ask me to prove. You got 3 minutes. Orlando's. Hop on the live. Les Pickett says everybody knew Trump, or President 47, the 47 president, wasn't going to do one bid on those charges. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. Well, at least they should have known. Now they mad. No. He was supposed to do some time. He was supposed to get hit with some of them slugs. He just didn't, because there's a God. God really exists. Even though the devils exist, the devils have been protected and blessed by God to be successful at what they do. No matter what, like it or not, this is a God issue. It's not religion. Not talking about religion. Not talking about spooks and ghosts. Talking about the real flesh and blood, true and living gods and true and living devils and Satans. Human beings, flesh and blood. Jerome D. Cam, your thoughts on Elon? Mad that the white South Africans are being mistreated and calling for sanctions. I mean, yeah, I would want my people, first. Yeah, is Elon mad? Is he wrong? Is any race of people wrong for looking out for their own people or their own race first and foremost? That's absolutely natural. That's absolutely intelligent. That's why we get it twisted. We're the fools believing that politics overrides nature. We think politics overranks and overrides nature. We the fool. Well, if you over a country, you're supposed to rule justly and fairly. That's what? Tell that to any animal in nature. Tell that to you. Well, the seals are supposed to get equal justice than the polar bears and the orcas and the killer whales because they're all sharing the same icy waters. Like, hey, what reality do you live in? No, it's survival of the fittest. Whoever is the strongest rules. Whoever is the strongest rules. So get with the strongest. That's why our women is running back over to Trump scrotum because they say they took an L. They people wasn't strong enough, so now they got to get up under whoever is the strongest, whoever won. So we got to find out who's the real strongest, who has the most arms, military arms, and it's not white folks. It's the people that they telling you is aliens and UFOs, but it's not. Those is the gods, the black people, the holy wise black scientists that you cannot fade in no period of time. Antonio say, Cam, didn't you see the UFO on the helicopter was shaped like an egg? Could you please check out the video with the News Nation Ross interview, latest whistleblower on UFO? Yeah, I don't believe none of that. I mean, that's possible. I don't believe none of that though. We could go into it, but yeah, all of that's propaganda. All of that's false flag propaganda. If you know anything about what's his name? Werner von Braun, what I put up him. He's the whistleblower. He told some people, that he was working with before he died. This was one of Hitler's top scientists, astrophysicists, and aerospace engineer. He's one of the main ones that witnessed and helped to reverse, to the best of their ability, reverse engineer one or more of the so-called UFOs that Master Fard Muhammad sent down to this world, to the rulers and governments, the white ones of this world, to give them a boost in their technology. That's the man that got the furthest in his time in understanding the physics and anti-gravities and stuff like that Master Fard Muhammad sent down for them to study. Master Fard Muhammad sent down that so-called UFO technology to the white governments of the world to give them a boost. And this man right here said that the last card, like all of this is going to be fake, but the last fake or false flag card was going to be the alien card. The alien card. He's the one helped them reverse engineer some of these wheels so they can make them look like the wheels, but they can't perform like. They can't perform. They don't know the technology of how to make those wheels perform like the real authentic original ones. But they able to make enough, make a move enough to lie to the public and cause a big false flag and use that as excuse to call for billions or trillions of dollars in Star Wars funding and Star Wars aid. It's all about just draining more money so they can ball out and go build their little bunkers and try to survive what they know is coming. But they know that the bunkers ain't even going to work, because the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad says that on this big wheel right here, this is a 1/2 mile by 1/2 mile big mother plane that carries 1,500 small bombing little saucers, and on each of the 1,500 bombing little saucers, they carry 3 bombs. 3 bombs, and those bombs have a drill on it, and they time to not go off until they drilled a mile deep into the earth. And after they drill a mile deep into the earth, then they go off, they detonate it to go off, and it destroys and kills everything in a 50 square mile radius. One bomb destroys everything in a 50 square mile radius. And they got 3 bombs. Each of the 1,500 planes carry 3 bombs. So 150,000 square miles radius for just one of the plane, one of the little saucers. So if you think you building some bunker deep under the earth or whatever, and that none of that's going to work, because none of the bombs is going to get dropped on water. All of them going to get dropped on cities and land, where they know that these trillionaires and these Vatican people and these elite is trying to hide. They bombing everything. They wiping out everything. So this is not no ghost. This is what the above top secret, eyes only, secret society elite, they all know. And they cannot tell the general public that they're in checkmate. The supreme intelligence, or the so-called non-human alien intelligence that's light years ahead of their technology, is really just the black man and woman of this planet, black scientists of this planet. The angels that the Bible speak of. It ain't no what they call it, Nephilim, or all them crazy word. No, it's the black people of this planet. Gods and black people, gods and angels. The only difference between an angel and a god is just the grade level of science, high science and wisdom and understanding of how to manipulate the forces of nature. So angels are helpers of the gods, but the God is the most supreme, wise scientist, master of all of the forces and the atoms and molecules and subatomic particles and everything in creation. A human being has that power, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and control over minds, over souls, over bodies. That's the real God. The black man, the black God. Take it or leave it.
Yeah, but our people, like I think you was kind of thinking about the Anunnakis. They're gonna give credit to the Anunnakis and like Nephilim, all these things.
I would love anybody that's into Anunnakis and Nephilims, and you think that's something other than the black man of this planet. I invite you to get on the live and present your proof, present your stories, present your research, and I'll present mine. I'll verify my circumstantial evidence with your circumstantial evidence, and we can go figure for figure. We can go receipt for receipt. Anybody willing to do that with me? Let me put this up right here. Anybody know why they arrested the Honorable Elijah Muhammad in 1942 and why he stayed in prison for almost 5 years? Did anybody want to talk about what they confiscated from him? What notes and schematics that they confiscated from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad? What pictures and pictures of who that they confiscated? Anybody want to get on here and go bar for bar with me? Sarad said, you would think that they would submit after knowing the reality of God. No, some of them do. Like, that's why it's Shriners. They have some Muslim or Muslim sons that are doing that, but they have other ones that say, no, I'll take my chances. If he's God and he can figure out these things, if God is a human being and we know we've been superior to them, to his people for the last 4,000, 6,000 years, they think they got a shot. They think they got a shot. And even if they, in their insanity, think they got a shot, what they do know is that they can take as many of us down with them as they can. Even if they know they ain't got no hope in beating the gods, they got hope in taking us down with them. They can pull that off. They can pull that one off. They can't beat the god, but they can beat the sleeping gods and take us out with them. That's what their goal is. It's called Operation Spoil Sport, or MAD, Mutual Assured Destruction. If you take me out, I'm going to take your people out. And God is like, okay, well, if they choose you, shit, F them too. That's what the Bible and the Quran say. Okay, well, if my people choose you, they not my people no more. F them too. We're not breaking God's heart. Shit, have you not read the Bible and the Quran? Like, what did he do to the people of Noah? They broke his heart and he broke their life. He broke their existence. That's what happened when you break God's heart. You might want to read Genesis and shit. Find out what happened when we make him repent that he ever made us. When we break his heart, he does something about it.
Hey, that's real. Let me ask you a question. Do you think it's because our people haven't seen nothing like what we would call a phenomenon or something like this outside the regular? Do you think that's the reason? Because I see a lot of our people becoming atheists and all things.
I'm an atheist. I'm atheist. I'm atheist to the false God that they've been feeding us for 400 years. That God don't exist.
I understand that.
So yeah, I'm an atheist to that God. If you look in a dictionary now, these modern, tampered with dictionaries, and you look up the definition of the word God, oh, I'm an atheist to that definition. I don't believe that shit. I don't believe that. No, that's part of the deception. That's a part of whoever controls literature and media around the world. That's how the devil deceives the whole world, through their information, through their education, their media. No, I'm an atheist to that. I don't believe in that God.
Hey, man. Yeah. That's 100 right there. Yeah. Hey.
Ain't it good to be that confident, or just see somebody that's that confident that got the answers? Not saying I got all of the answers, but if I got the answers and you understand them that quick, that means you understand the answers. That means you really got the answers, and you just need to hear somebody confirm what you already understood. It's just like we all lions. We just forgot how to roar, or we scared to roar. We think that we doing something wrong if we roaring, like damn, that was loud, man. Did I fart that loud? Was that like a fart? Did I do something wrong? No, you was supposed to scare everything in the jungle. You know what I'm saying? That's supposed to be the Lion King. I just can't wait to be king. Roar, you're supposed to scare everything in the jungle. But they taught you that you was doing something wrong, like you scared yourself, like that's black magic shit. Well, I'm black. that's black. That's black this and black that. Oh, okay. No, you got to embrace yourself, embrace your power, experiment with it. Shit, we've been experimenting being powerless. That's what we talked about yesterday, Madonna, about how this must be death. So many people talking about life and death and what happened to you when you die. And, well, do you believe in the afterlife, Cam? Well, like, that's why we don't do the Muslim thing, because y'all don't believe in no afterlife. Or, well, if you do believe in the afterlife, why ain't this death? Then then why wouldn't this be death? This is powerless. This is hell. How you going to say that the real death is after this? Or the real afterlife? Because if you're still supposed to be conscious and you're still supposed to be alive after life, there's supposed to be some existence, and your identity is retained and you remain still being you after you die. then how you know this ain't it? How you know this life ain't the death? Because we powerless, we paralyzed, we dumb, we you know what I'm saying, miserable. This must be death. This must be hell. Because you believe we don't never die. You believe that after this body dies, you're gonna be in a more free, you know, in a better place or some shit, a better, freer. You can fly around and all that. Oh, okay. Well, this must be the prison then. This must be the hell. This must be the death then, because we can't do shit. We don't know nothing. It's just as real as this, right? You know, death, according to y'all belief, is just as real or even realer, right? Y'all talking about we living in a simulation and this is the Matrix and this ain't really real and all of that. This must be death then, right? You should really agree with the NOI teachings then, because this is what we teach. This is mental death. This is the death. This is the hells of North America. This is hell. Stormy weather. Stormy weather say, no, you don't get it. Nah, what's nah? Hop on here and help me get it. Don't get upset. Let's talk. I know I'm upsetting you. Help me get it, Stormy weather. Here's the StreamYard link. I calm down and talk real soothing and smooth with you because I know I'm bold and that upsets you even more. I'm speaking with authority, so let me just speak calm, and I want you to make me get it. But go ahead, Madonna.
Nah, that was so real, that what you were saying, man, because this gotta be hell. Because to wake up every day and your skin tone is your uniform in a world where it can cause we walking in the shadow of the valley of the shadow of death. It's like you every day, you know, your skin tone is your uniform in this world, and you can be taken out at any moment, especially if you're a young black male or a black male, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's gotta be hell, you know what I'm saying? To experience that and go through that for 400 plus years, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, and not only is it your uniform, it's your prison. It's powerless. You don't even know how it works. You don't even have a knowledge of how your body works. You can't even keep yourself healthy. You don't even know how to feed yourself. You don't even know how to operate on yourself. You don't know nothing about yourself. Mentally dead to the knowledge of your own self. If that's not hell and death, what is? Right?
Right.
Not knowing nothing, you exist, but you don't have no knowledge of how you exist or why you exist and what you can do, and no power, and you powerless and miserable and scared and sick, and you know what I'm saying, and being victimized by predator, you know, like. So help me understand Stormy Weather. Is that what his name was or her name? Let me see. Stormy Weather. Yeah, that's this life. Stormy Weather. Help us understand this hailstorm of existence, since I don't get it.
yeah.
Antoine say the ministers say we in hell because we've been living with the devil, right, under their power and control, right? Any just give me a description of hell. Ain't hell a prison? Ain't hell like a prison that you can't escape from? Whatever your version of hell is, explain it to me, and let's see if it don't line up with niggas' condition while we alive. Right? Let's hear it. This is a prison. Our body is a damn prison. Our body is a damn casket, a coffin. You know what I'm saying? Like the movie Matrix. Just like the Matrix movie. You dreaming that you doing something, that's a dream. You ain't doing nothing. You ain't making no progress. You deteriorating. You don't know nothing. How did this computer work? How did your car work? How did your body work? You don't know nothing. So I just bold enough to point it out. I think that's how you escape hell, with actually being honest and getting information and experimenting, having the courage to go into the fire, go into the trauma. Oh, okay, this is what happened to me. Oh, okay. I don't want to relive it, but I gotta find out what the hell happened to me that got me so powerless and weak and terrified and paralyzed with fear and paralyzed with sickness and, you know, but we don't want to do that. We just want to keep poisoning ourselves. Well, I'm just going to party. I'm going to go to the Super Bowl. I'm going to go eat. I'm going to go drink. I'm going to go this. Oh, okay. Well, that's hell. That's the ingredients of hell.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, you broke as hell, sick as hell, stupid as hell, hungry as hell, cold as hell. That's hell. Mr. M, physical sickness, financial poverty, etc., all examples of a real living hell. That's the definition of a living hell. What other hell is there? Dead people don't feel nothing, do they? Hell has to be living. You have to be living to be in hell, right? So why I want to say this is hell. Constant worry, stress, fear, sickness, pain. Nobody can be trusted, no love. A wicked enemy that's stronger than you, that's ruthless, heartless, cold-blooded against you, that got you in their sights because of how you look. They can identify you by how you look, but then you want to be so cowardly that you don't want to do the same thing back. You don't want to identify that's the devil, that's the enemy, based on how they look and what they have done to us. They know how to identify you as the niggas that they gonna use, you know, and abuse and never give justice to and never give reparations to. But you don't want to be smart like them. You don't want to be wise like the serpent and identify them like they identifying you. That's on you. Mm-hmm. Dawn said the only hell is the hell on earth. Our very essence is a threat. Yep, Minister Farrakhan had an old classic song, the song that brought Muhammad Ali into the NOI, and that song was called "A White Man's Heaven is a Black Man's Hell." Y'all can pull it up on Google. A white man's heaven is a black man's hell. It ain't hard to tell. That's what Nas got that. It ain't hard to tell. It ain't hard to tell that a white man's heaven is a black man's hell. And he gives all the same little, you know, lays out all of the, you know, experiences. And so that's what it is we have different natures. What we love, they hate. What we hate, they love. Totally polar opposite people, polar opposite natures. That's why we can never live together in peace unless one submits to the other. So them submitting to truth and righteousness is not peace for them until they are able to conquer and master their weakness. All of creation was created with truth, not with falsehood, not with lies. So they got to conform to the truth. Truth don't got to conform to them. The closest thing for them for them living in peace is us being mentally dead. That's the closest thing to heaven and peace that they can have is us, the original people of this planet, basically being dead, so we can't interfere with their opposite nature. And that's what God allowed to happen. He gave the devil or the man of sin or Adam, the Adamic race, power and dominion to rule over the righteous original black people of this planet for 6,000 years or 6 days. That's why they're in power, and that's why we're under them, because we gave them power to do just that. And that's a subject that I always be trying to stress us to hold God responsible for. He made that. Be mature and hold God responsible for that. God, why did you make devil? Because you made devil. Genesis clearly says that you made Adam. And the first original sin or sinner was Adam and Eve and produced Cain and Abel. You knew they was going to do that. That wasn't going on before them, according to your belief in the Bible. You knew what they was going to do. And then they start multiplying and doing so much that you said that you repented at your heart that you ever even made them on earth? So you wiped them all out, all of them except a small little boat full, Noah and his family? That's what you believe. Don't get mad at me because I understand what you believe, and I'm going to hold you accountable to what you say you believe in. I know how to read. My brain work. I know how to read, and my brain work. And I got big, divine manhood testicles that stand on it. So, know what else to tell you? Archangel Coil Worm, Gil Scott Hill, Stormy Weather Faded by Brother Ahmad. I missed it. Y'all in the chat getting to it, huh? Salute Marcus, salute Honor Roll, big Honor Roll. Antonio says to know more code is good to know God. That's why there was I guess I don't know what you mean. Yeah, I don't know. Do you mean Morse code? I don't know. Maybe I don't know if you got the phone and just saying stuff and it's trying to dictate for you. But what you think, Madame?
Nah, man, that was hey man, that was heavy what you was dropping, man. You know what I'm saying? I was just sitting here just you know what I'm saying, just thinking on it. You know what I mean? How you just broke it down for as we should blame God for creating the devil. So, don't give the devil the credit or don't blame the devil. You had to blame us for creating the devil. So hey man, that made me rethink. I had to reevaluate. You know what I'm saying? That's why I looked at it. So looking at it like that, it make it more. I don't know. It just changed the whole perspective.
Antonio says, why God made devil so original man no more love? I don't know. You might have to hop on the live, Antonio, because I'm not understanding nothing that you're typing. And that's why I say these subjects over and over and over again, because repetition is what we need. We need these messages to be repeated. It sound good one day, it sound good, and then you feel good, and then tomorrow you're gonna forget it. You're gonna run into real life gonna be life, and you're gonna run into trials and tribulations, and you're gonna forget this mental edge that you had. So it has to be repeated. You got to keep on repeating and reinforcing this knowledge and this power and these concepts of reality that you can ground yourself and anchor your mind to. Once you anchored real good, then you be on autopilot and you can deal with whatever. But if you just freshly really hearing these concepts, which is called supreme wisdom, then you got to kind of stay on it. It's like a bottle, you know what I'm saying? You got to stay on it. You got to keep the bottle, you know what I'm saying, close and always nurse it when you get in trouble. Nurse on this supreme higher information. This ain't some old new wave, like I said, Kemetic this or some new wave. No, this is old. It's that old time religion. It's the old time everlasting science of the original gods that just been kept secret since we've been asleep for 6,600 years, 6,700 years. So that's what resurrection means. Resurrection just means coming back to mental life. It don't mean nobody's getting up out of the cemetery, out no physical grave, and you digging or exhuming bodies and then that's not the resurrection. Resurrection means that we mentally dead, like we said earlier. This is death. This is hell. So to be resurrected out from powerlessness, weakness, terror, being terrified and feared and scared of your own shadow and loving the wrong people and poisoning yourself and being poisoned and not knowing how to do nothing. You get raised up from all that ignorance, the pain of ignorance, into knowledge. Now you're not ignorant. Now you start, the first knowledge is knowing who you are and your connection to the originator, and then loving yourself and forgiving yourself and realizing, okay, this wasn't really me. All the shit that I was doing, that wasn't really me. You know, I was possessed. I was possessed by trauma. I was possessed by slave master, devils, and Satans. I was possessed. So the God in you should be able to forgive yourself. Don't hold yourself, don't destroy yourself because of what you was possessed, to do. So many people get parasites and, what I'm saying, and ailments and diseases or whatever. That don't mean you did something wrong. At least not knowingly. It don't mean that you deserve that. We didn't do nothing wrong to deserve slavery. Anybody that tell you that we was enslaved because we did something wrong or whatever, that's false. That's false. That's absolutely false. I challenge anybody that believe that we went into slavery because we did something wrong to hop on a live with me. Because I'm going to ask you what I just asked you. Okay, then why did God make the devil? What did we do wrong for God to make the devil? Before it was ever such thing as slavery, 6,000 years prior to that, God already made devil. What did the people do wrong for God to make the devil? Antonio.
Hello.
Peace, my brother.
How's it going, my brother, man?
Oh, man, blessings. What's good with you?
Yeah, yes, sir, man. This is something, man, that because it doesn't interfere, the lessons that I've been learning with the NOI and all that.
Right.
But it's something that when I had first got divorced, like I had a lot of time alone, and I chose a lot of time alone, and just thinking, and I felt that I received something divine.
Yeah.
Like, but it dealt with a certain law. Like I call it the law of life. And I noticed that everything that belongs to life has a law. If it belongs to life, it got to have a pair, an opposite pair. Like some of my examples is woman, man, day, night, hot, cold, wet, dry, in, out. So all these opposites continue. Like let's say, for instance, a car. You cannot say a car and a bicycle. These things are not part of life. We made them be part of life, but they don't belong to life. Those things change. But then the things belong to life, they don't change, but they keep going. So throughout some time, I searched for more opposites. I found some more, but I came to a dead end. Said one day I'm gonna pass away. That's what you guys were talking about. So I continued the law. So now the next thing I asked was, what is it I take with me? And these are questions we all ask. So sometimes to know the answer for one, you got to study the opposite of it, if it makes sense. And then you know more about the other one. So I started asking myself, what is it I cannot take with me? And then I'm going to flip the words opposite. And what I come up with is going to be what I do take. So I said, if I could see this shirt, I cannot take it. If I could see these shoes, I cannot take it. In other words, anything I could see, I cannot take it. So I said, what's the opposite of those words? And those words became whatever I cannot see, then I could take. And then I started looking for things I cannot see. A lot of people have said the soul, the spirit. I know how to write it, but I can't tell you what it is. So I kept looking and I came across feelings. I could vouch that everybody got the good and the bad feeling. There go the law of life again, the good and the bad. But you cannot see feelings. So feelings started to interest me because I figured potentially you could take them. So I started to study. I started to study feelings to see why they so special if they are. And I noticed they played an important role in everybody's life, still continuing the opposite law to figure out these kind of revelations or whatnot. So I said, like, what do feelings all do? So I noticed that the first cigarette that I smoked, I wasn't addicted. But then I noticed I smoked when I was sad, lonely, afraid, excited. And once I introduced this cigarette to all my feelings, then it became an addiction. The opposite of addiction is willpower. So I said, wow. So in other words, if I only smoked upon one feeling, it would have never manifest to become an addiction and have control over me. If I kept it in one feeling, because feelings are important. So I said, wow, so feelings take care of willpower and also addiction. So I said, what else do feelings do? So I seen you got a blessing and a curse. These are the opposites, right? So I said, how do I get a blessing? And it's got to be fair both ways, you know, on like the reverse way. It's got to work for it. But so I said, how do I get a blessing? So let's say you got a bad feeling, because this I experienced with my first wife, and we got divorced, you know, and for a man, that's more and more, that's a man's mentality is like too thick and thin once a lady has the kid, but with the kids, a woman's mentality is changing more and more. So it's like I was able to kind of receive blessings from, like, let's say, changing a negative feeling. I saw blood when I saw homeboy, my brother, and it's not his fault. You know, she's real pretty and whatnot, you know, so this is a long time ago. But instead of all that blood or whatnot, I shook his hand. So right there, man, I didn't regret it, which that kind of set the bar for a lot of domino effect of God-like characteristics that ultimately at the end I felt the power of the destroyer. And that meant no matter what happened to me, I would have been all right with my conscience being free. Because I know I did everything from scratch to respect, mercy, understanding. You know, these are the characteristics that then you could deserve more and more. But trying to get back to the thing, man, is blessings and curses. So if you change a negative feeling to a good one, if I would have hugged them, I would have received different, which I received miracles, and a miracle and blessings different. A blessing you could feel it, but a miracle you could see it. A baby wasn't there, and now you could see it. So along the wrong path, but doing good things from before, I was able to experience like grown cops going blind, you know, when I was on wrong paths or whatnot. And how could you, grown men, go blind? You know, but these are miracles I feel from these things that I was able to do at hatred times are the ones that you really are. A time of love is just who you want to be, an illusion who you want to be, but who you really are is the opportunity of when your heart's racing with hate. That's an opportunity to grow a step higher in love. Which gets me to the other thing that these feelings do. There's a ladder of love and hate. Love is up there, it never ends, and down there is hate. So changing the bad feeling to a good one, you get to climb up a step on this ladder. The farther you get up, the closer you get to love, the better you could be heard. Through meditation or prayer or whatnot. So I said, wow, so feelings are the most important thing. But then I found something even more important, which was time. Time you cannot see. If it wasn't for your time right now, I couldn't share this. If there was a store that could sell time, that'd be the top store. So it had convinced me that time was the most important thing. Trust me on that. And you hear that saying a lot. But then I wanted to establish it as it being part of the law. I wanted to find the least important thing. Kam-Man, you would never believe what I found. Because I don't trust this country too much, man. And for the past 3 years, man, I'm so happy I met you guys because, man, you guys been on point with things I held, like from roots, from Santa Claus. And I enjoyed it as a kid, but now I'm a parent long time ago. And they asked me, and I didn't want to lie to them, which I didn't. They called me a criminal. They called me all kinds of names. Once they asked me again, I respected that side, but I respected mine better. I sat down like a kid and waited for him. I said, let's wait for him. Let's see if he comes. So that was a long time ago, but that's what you guys stand for, you know, the truth. And it's very sneaky. But then I said, trying to find like the opposite of the most important thing, time. It became, how do I find it? I don't trust this country. So I said, what this country got me used to using most of my time. So I seen 70% of my time, I'm a town man. I'm a town setter. And going off to work. I said, what am I doing at work so much? I said, basically getting money. I said, wow, I could see money. And not just can I see money, money buys everything else I could see. And the more things I could see that money buys, the more distracted I'm supposed to become from the things I cannot see, which are your feelings, the ones you could potentially take. Addictions, willpower, blessings, curses, ladder of love and hate. But then time is real important. At the end of sharing this, I let the people know I appreciate your time. Without your time, I couldn't share this because money became the least important thing. But nowadays it makes sense because we're walking backwards. It's the most important thing. We needed to survive and all that. It's gotten to that point. But if you could see it, it doesn't matter. And our reflection lets us know that as we look in the mirror. If you could see it, it doesn't matter. You get older and older. Now your body tells you you made it two sides. If you cannot see it, pay attention to it. Now check this out. But why? Because time was not supposed to go out to work. Time was supposed to go out to make connections. A bond is a connection that only time can make. So now once you have this time and you take these feelings, whether good or bad, now you could give that person guidance. Being the voice in back of their head, guiding them towards better. But nowadays, the enemy wants more and more. So even if we dare, the parents nowadays, the dad's on the phone, the mom's on the phone, the kids on the phone. Even we're there, we're not there, we're not connecting. The enemy's wise. So kids nowadays grow up spiritually unguided with the mind. And so being boys don't know if they're girls, being girls don't know if they're boys. But yeah, I don't think I feel free to share these things because I don't think it offends any kind of like
even Antonio, even if it do offend, I just want to ask you a few questions. First of all, like
but it hasn't stopped me.
Yeah, I'm super grateful for you getting on the live. I'm very mentally and spiritually impressed by your grade level of wisdom. I just had a couple of questions. First question is, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
I'm 46.
46
years old. I might be 45, brother.
Yeah, right. Are you aware, like, or do you know exactly like what particular tribe of original indigenous nation that you come from?
I believe it's Ephraim from that's what I read and whatnot. But it's we're kind of like,
I'm talking about as far as in Native American, so-called Native American tribe, like the Native American people of this hemisphere. Because of course I'm not really talking about biblical. I'm not talking about the
like
biblical.
Tainos?
The who?
Tainos?
I'm not really familiar with that. Like, because I mean, like the Olmec, Toltec, Inca, Maya, Aztec, any.
Yeah, I'm not sure, brother, man. I'm Puerto Rican, and I know that's like a mixture of a couple things, and I know that we all the mother and father of civilization, Papa.
Right,
you know.
Right. Yeah, because as you know, if you know the lessons that say that the 17 million descended of slaves with the 2 million alleged Indians, and that's what the so-called Latinos are original indigenous, but they more original to this land or this hemisphere, so they never lost that connection. They was violated by the conquistadors and all of that, and imposed Spanish and all that on them, but I'm listening to you and I'm listening to your natural wisdom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I appreciate your time, Cam. And man, you should see me. It's different levels. Like little kids, older people, friends, family, strangers, and enemies. I just go, and I can't stop sharing this since I have felt I received it. But it came at a time of like so much love in me because I love this woman so much. So,
Right.
but now why I felt so much hate. So I knew I had to fix myself on that behalf. So I heard that a lot of your good abilities like will come from those kind of times, like a lot of love and a lot of hate just put together. But you ultimately choosing the right one has a lot to do with it,
Yeah.
So I said, how could I hate her? I gotta it's cheap love. So I was in wanting.
Well, I don't. Let me stop you. Like real love involves hate.
I
Real love
understand, but
involves hate, meaning that if you love something, if somebody threatens it or violates it or whatever, that type of hate is love.
you can't force nobody to love you, though. You know.
No, and I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that part. I understand the pain or the part
Yeah,
that you're talking
and but
about.
what I had appreciated from her was her honesty, you know, and her
Mhm.
honesty still goes a long way today, which, you know, but other than that, don't get me wrong, I had to work pretty hard through the years or whatnot, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's like, no, I was doing something that I honor today, like, and it was an honor of the family and the unit that,
Mhm.
you know, and I could share this story with my son and my daughter today and be proud
Mhm.
of it, you know,
Yeah.
because I ultimately did it to raise the bar up for homeboy and
Right.
like to know where he was stepping in and right away he took it for weakness, you know, so he made that job even more. But that's why we need this devil. And I was trying to communicate like Jacob's uncle, you know.
Yeah.
There's a conversation in the Bible like the uncle's asking the nephew like why would you make such a man, you know, for
Mhm.
bloodshed and this and that.
Yeah.
And the nephew said, I know what you don't know. And I
Yeah.
think I know what the uncle didn't know. And it's because of that, you know, like in order to know more love, you got to basically know more hate. And
Right.
hate basically pushes you to the next level of love and perfection, you know?
Right. I don't know if you've been seeing me use this example a lot, but this right here, when we lack knowledge, we look at things emotional and we label them as emotional terms. So this is really positive. This represents positive and negative force. Positive and negative force. As a scientist, we look at the negative and positive forces scientifically, and we don't look at them emotionally, like how you said feelings and emotions. That's the lower level. That's what gets you trapped and caught and pulled down to a gravity that you can't escape from because you're only feeling, right?
Oh
We
yeah.
have feelings. Feelings are valuable. They're priceless, but feelings are like engine lights or warning signs or something. They let you know if you're going in the right direction or they let you know if you're going in the wrong direction. But the
Yeah, yeah.
real point.
Like patience, I don't know if that's feelings, but those are probably virtues. I don't know what
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's a blurred line. You have to speak. You have to like this language won't really allow us to perfectly separate certain terms or certain things. Like feelings and emotions are not the same thing.
yeah,
Senses,
yeah,
senses. You talking about senses, right? Senses and emotions are two different things. I can sense something, and
yeah,
we
yeah.
call it a feeling.
That's
I
for
got a
sure.
feeling. I got a feeling, but that's not emotion.
Yeah.
That's an impression or a communication. That's a form of a communication that's not necessarily physical, base, right?
Yeah. I guess emotion is more like kind of like more physical terms, you know?
Yeah, emotion is a response. Emotion is a response to something, right? Sensing something is what most people call feeling. I got a bad feeling. Like, no, it's not necessarily a bad feeling. It's you sensing something, right?
Yeah, yeah. And you
So
know
you,
what, Cam?
uh-huh.
That's why it's kind of it'll be so interesting for you. Sorry to cut you off, man.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it'd be so interesting for like you to, because there's some whistleblowers and stuff that are really trying to like they know more than they could say,
Mm-hmm.
and but they had signed oaths that deal with their own families and stuff, but they're
Right.
saying words like God and all that, you know. So it's like
Yeah.
whatever direction they go, it's like it still points to the NOI
Mm-hmm.
and the man, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. So I wish like they will meet one of you fellas from the NOI and kind of like have a, cause they would love that. But it's hard to get into a somewhat of communication like this with them, you know.
Well, it's not hard to get into it with us. So that's kind of
Yeah,
letting you
I
know.
know. I know with like somebody a little bit more known or whatnot, and they might it'll be like a legit interview and stuff, and
So
there's a lot of stuff.
are you familiar with it's a few years ago in the Nation of Islam Saviors Day convention that we had a UFO expose where white scientists and people from Mexico, and I don't know if Jaime Maussan showed up, and but it was a whole lot of white people from different parts of the world, scientists or whatever. That you could find that on on YouTube. But
And
some of
what
them
is the
have.
like
Go ahead.
some code words for that? Like
I'll figure it out. Somebody in the chat knows it. It was a plenary session. I mean, somebody just watch the chat. They'll tell you.
yeah, I'm excited for tomorrow's program, man. I'm a faithful Sunday watchman. I want to be Muslim again, and I think the two different natures, man, and this you must feel this nature also is like your nature along with mine is like to practice to do right from doing wrong, which I feel that doing God's will is a practice to do right from doing wrong. And now the opposite nature is to practice to do bad but make it look good. And a quick example of something is Santa Claus is coming.
Right.
My family disowned me, man. My whole family.
That's what the Bible says, that how this is how how they took over the world was through a science of technology, tricks and lies and cheating and stealing and murder and stuff like that. And
Yes,
that's the Bible calls the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. So we are righteous, good. We're righteous and truthful people, loving people by nature. But when the originator, very first one of us produced this form, he created the law of duality or pairs, like you say, the pair principle. He did something which caused it to be two things now. Now there's a spark and an aggressive spark, and there's a darkness or a womb that received the spark. So now that created that duality. Now there's a such thing as positive and negative force.
No, but I guess the black man had the two germs,
Well,
black and the brown.
I'm talking about before we even had a form.
Oh, I see. Before the form.
Before the form, the motion, the spark of motion created two things. Now there's a spark. Right? Now there's a spark which formed motion and a spark of light or whatever in the darkness. Now there's two things. Now there's darkness and now there's a spark. You know what I'm saying? So now that's two things. That's the first duality. That's the first pair principle, positive and negative thing.
And you know what though? Mother Nature, right, doesn't work making the strongest to the weakest. So it had to be man to make it, in other words, like in Godspeed. You know what I'm saying? They use that word, scientists, I don't know.
Right.
But Mother Nature don't work like that. They work from like the strongest survive,
Right. And it's I know you, like you said, Mother Nature or Father Time, that we still putting
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And we gotta
practice trying to explain.
Yeah, but we gotta practice perfect language. Even though this is an imperfect language, this is a bastard language called English. That's part of the struggle that we got to get to be able to express ourselves and say the potent divine words out of our mouth that's exact enough that it's going to move matter the way that it's supposed to move it.
Sure, bro. Yes, sir. All praise, Papa.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, but man, I appreciate you, Antonio, man. You a VIP. I'm going to give you a wrench, man. You need to be here as often as you want to be, because I really respect and I got love for you and your mind and your spirit. You know what I'm saying? You something special, bro. We all something special, but
yes, sir. I really appreciate you and your recognition, man. I've been watching you for quite a bit now too, Cam, and I try to subscribe every time I see that somehow, somewhere I'm unsubscribed. I say, what? How? I subscribe again, but I'm a poor dude, man, and I got kind of like 2 child supports,
That's temporary.
I'm behind on the 2 big ones, which my boy's 26 and my girl's 23, but they're out of the house. But since I had got another family, right, it's like the girl made it a little hard for me, and I had to understand, to not give some payments. So I fell back like 3 years, which is 47,000, So right now I don't got a license, and throughout, it's been difficult. So I'm glad that Trump said something about the taxes and stuff, but that's another story. Cause
Yeah.
Yeah, but and then two little ones, I'm not in the courts with them, but I
Right.
pay them rather than paying the big ones because they need it more, So
Right.
yeah, so in other words, man, I appreciate your time very much, man. I'm so grateful, and man, bless you and your important people. And again, I appreciate your time, man.
Man.
I'm poor and struggle, but I try my best to be the best, everything I could be,
Yeah, the Bible say, I know your poverty, and you know what I'm saying, and you're not poor, you rich. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of days. If you can endure these next few days, meaning 3 years, 3.5 to 4 years, all of this fairy tale matrix stress and fairy tale matrix law, so-called laws of the devil's world. Unfortunately, that so many of our sisters side with our enemy to hurt us, you know what I'm saying, because of, they don't necessarily want, not that we perfect, but they don't want to respect our natural authority over them and over the children that, that's supposed to be under our authority too. They get seduced into thinking that they free and empowered and they can do whatever they want to do, and they let the devils.
Like I could have child support, I could have the welfare, I could have the income tax, I could have, the so it's like, and this world with their mentality is real materialistic. So it's like,
Yeah.
but that's the world for today. For some reason, and there's always a good out of a bad.
Right.
And that's the story, That's one thing I've
Right.
learned throughout my life.
Well, Job,
You just have to be grateful.
yeah, we
The
all
more
going through the trials and tribulations like Job. It don't mean that you defeated. It means that it's a certain fire and a rite of passage that we all got to go through. We all going through what you're going through, male and female, but especially this is like a male channel. Our sisters
yes,
and
sir.
women are invited. They're invited to watch, but we suffering. We the ones that struggling and suffering that nobody really cares about. That's a thankless job or a thankless duty that we trying to keep and stay true to ourselves and true to the God. And it look like everybody getting over on us and playing us cheap and playing us like punks or whatever. But stay doing that, Antonio. Like, just stay feeding off of what we feeding off of, bro. And you're gonna see I'm absolutely praying for you and willing for you, and speaking.
I
That's why
appreciate
we
you,
speaking on it.
man. I don't want to give you the wrong impression because there's two kind of successes for me. My kids don't have to get a big old house or big old car, but they have to the golden rule: treat people how you want to be treated, and so there's the success you could see material things, but the success that is in your hand, So I don't
Right.
want to give you
Just
the
keep
wrong
this in
impression.
mind. Keep this in mind. God tests and tries all of us with what we love.
Oh,
If
yes,
you
sir, man.
love anything or anybody more than the God that gave them to you, he'll take them from you.
Yes, sir.
So
That's for sure.
that's the God that gave them to you. So be right with the God, and then he'll either return them to you or he'll, like Job, give you better. He'll give you something better.
Double.
But don't get depressed and don't get into a cloud about what you wasn't able to do, and you know what I'm saying, and this person hurt me and I loved you like this and I put all my energy and time and duty into you. No, you gotta say, like you just said, thank you, God, for the experience. Bless me not to go crazy or to go left or to blank out, and bless me to see the gratitude, even if
Always grateful, man. Though, from that second separation, I was able to spend last 4 years with my mom, and in real time, let her know some God characteristics for herself. Like the best knower. When I confessed to her that because I slept in the couch and I confessed to her that, Mom, you know, sometimes I put the pillows in the blanket. I'm a grown man. And to go to the bar and stuff. And she's like, son, you don't think I already knew that? I'm like, oh man, Mom, you the best knower. So, but out of that, man, since I was, like I said, the more grateful you are, the more you could see the good thing of something so bad. And that is bad, you know?
Yeah, and you got to go to war. You got to take accountability for your own weaknesses, because most of the times, if we fail in a relationship, it's our fault. Most cases, it's the man's fault.
Yes, sir, man. Because if God was the head of my shoulders, man, for good, it's like I forget the steps, but it's like God head of the home.
Yeah. Then you the head of the woman. Yeah, God is your head, you her head, and she the children head. But as soon as you get off,
if she don't see her man reflect these God characteristics and God, then she's gonna, then you gonna, like, if she sees you treat her more, you obsessed with her, you know?
Yeah, you're not obsessed with God. That's your problem. You're not obsessed with God. You're supposed to be obsessed with God, not no woman. You gave the woman too much attention, too much power in your life. You don't revolve around a woman. A woman's supposed to revolve around you.
Yeah, but hey, she was Caucasian too, but
oh, you already tripped then. Well, sorry.
I had a tough time, but I didn't know you guys, you know. I was going
let me hit the timeout button. You just answered your own question right there.
I was young, man. That was 12 years ago, you know.
Hey, I don't care when it was. I don't care when it was. Yeah, I'm saying you did the crime. You got to do the time.
But hey, God was by my side, and I felt it, you know, because even at times, like my gut was like, damn, man, my gut was never really at peace, you know.
Hey man, I ain't gonna say nothing. You know what it is.
But 12 years, man, and 2 kids, you know, that's what it was. But I was able to see. I was able to see a more clear angle, you know. So and then that confirmed Honorable Louis Farrakhan somewhat more, you know. And yes, sir, man. I'm excited for tomorrow.
Well, man, like I said, I appreciate you. I'm gonna get off of here, Antonio. Is any social media or whatever handle that we can follow you? Any business we can send your way?
Man, I just try to work when I cook, bro, and I had Facebook at one point for my older kids, but I'm like in a different planet, bro.
Yeah, it's all good. Well, just keep tuning in with your brother over here, man, and we'll work it out. Take it a day at a time.
Yes, sir, my brother. I really appreciate your time, man, and keep doing the good work you're doing, my brother.
Man, you too, Antonio. Much love. Peace, bro.
Much love, brother. Bye-bye.
All right, peace. Madon, you got the last word, man. 2 minutes, 2 hours, man. We're gonna get up off of here, but you got the floor. What you think of that?
Hey, yo, man, that was good, man. It was good dialogue to hear the brother's testimony. You can tell the brother been through some things throughout the course of his life, man. So it's good to hear people's testimony and the way
he said the most important part at the end, like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, that's why you you know what I'm saying? Bless your heart. Yeah, you gonna definitely go through some changes with that choice.
Facts. Like, he created some stumbling blocks on his own.
But like you said, we all young and dumb, and we all, things happen. Just like people got bodies, they got tattoo tears, a lot of stuff we all have done that we worthy, worthy of chastisement or worthy of destruction, and God have mercy on us. So I don't mean that, you condemned. It just mean, okay, well, that's gonna be my story in this life. And so let me make lemonade out of these lemons. Let me take accountability for what I did and rise to the occasion, level up, whatever it is, and make the positive out of the negative.
Yeah, that's a fact, man. Yeah, that's it. That's the key. That's definitely the key.
But yeah, you got the last word. What's the outro?
Last word, man. Hey, man, let's keep looking for the God within. You know what I mean? And recognize the enemy. And like you said, man, sometimes we gotta be bold as a lion, man, and not in a reckless way, but in a way to where we can stand up. You know what I mean? And keep uplifting and spreading the truth. And you know, keep pulling our people up, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I wanted to say a last word based on what Jam 7 Jack 5 just said. And that's the hopefully the value of this channel and us getting together and talking, that this ain't no perfect walk. This life thing is not, it's real. It's real. We got real mistakes and errors and real injuries and wounds and real violations that we done did to other people and we done did to ourselves. Real poor choices in life that we done made. So I don't want nobody to think that, somebody is better because we ain't got that particular poor choice. We done all made the equivalent of the same poor choices and worse choices. So that's the beauty of this page is how we bounce back, from it. You know what I'm saying? Don't lay in the dirt and the dust and just say, man, woe is me, and what I'm saying, I'm tripping, or I'm just poor and this and that, or I made poor choices. Okay, yeah, you sound like the ingredients that that can turn into a diamond. Now you ready to do the diamond work? You ready to become a diamond now? Because you didn't suffer, you didn't went through the pain. You may as well get a return on your investment. So that's why this is called the Kam-Pain show. It's not the Cam Pleasure show. It's not the Cam Success show. It's the Kam-Pain, because we still in the pain stage, but we understand the value of the pain. No such thing as growth. No such thing as creation. No such thing as evolution or evolving without pain. Pain is absolutely necessary. Pain is not evil. Pain is actually the gift that nobody wants. You can't have new life or new experiences or new levels without pain. So let's change the way we look at pain, meaning, of course, if it's evil pain or it's chastisement for some evil, then that's different. I'm talking about the natural pain of trying to stand on your square and take this uphill road. The fact that it's an uphill road, meaning you're going to be in pain. You're going to be in agony. You're going to be suffering. You're going to be struggling. But make sure you're struggling for righteousness' sake, for being right, being true. Be true to yourself and be true to everybody else. And then that pain will be rewarded with not only pleasure and ease, but mastery, to where you won't ever have to go through that pain again. And you won't be held accountable for the pain. Like, all of that will be erased. So that's what we fighting for. We fighting for victory over weakness, victory over sins and violations that we committed. And we committing to be accountable and to atone and confess. That's why I appreciate what Antonio was saying. He didn't really get too detailed. I'm glad he didn't. But I want to practice that. I want to practice atoning. You know what I'm saying? Confessing my own weaknesses, my own shortcomings, my own failures, my own sins, my own crimes. I just got to be wise about how I do it, because, it's public, and, people love to take certain information and try to open up cases on you or whatever. So, you got to be careful about that. But just know that you ain't alone. Y'all ain't alone. We going through this pain, this thing called life and suffering and struggling, losing loved ones, losing family members, losing health, losing finances, but it's designed to make us focus on the God that gave us all of these things in the first place. If God gave you some bomb, a blessing, a beautiful child, or a beautiful woman, or money, or whatever, God gave you that. You didn't give you that. God gave you that. So turn back to God. You know what I'm saying? Please God. Seek to make yourself well pleasing to God. And not only will He give them back to you, He'll give you better than that. So on that note, Madon and everybody in the Kam-Pain Show Live family, much love, man. Praying for y'all, working for y'all, warring for y'all. And until tomorrow, Kam-Pain Show Sunday School, we out.
Peace.